All right, it is CSS battle time for August 24th. Okay, we have this shape. That's a not happy face, but it's made up of what looks like circles. So I'm going to select my HTML and I'm just going to make it a green background. Then I'm going to select my body. I'm not going to say background, but background. Have some options here, right? So this could be, so it's not obviously, it looks like this is a circle. And it looks like the edges of the circle are about the same as the width. It looks like a circle. There are lots of ways to make circles. You could do just the body with a border radius of 50% and margin it in correctly. And then you could box shadow that to each side. You could do a radial gradient and get the radial gradient to repeat. Which is better? I don't know. I'm going to try a radial gradient. And the radial gradient is going to go from this color to transparent. But, no, I was right. To transparent. Okay. The radial gradient is going to be a 1 cube, which is our shorthand for circle. Doesn't work exactly the same as circle, but it's kind of like circle. That's going to be 150 pixels. No, that's too much. 100 pixels. That's still too much, but we're getting closer. Is it 90? Not 990. 90 looks right. Now we need to get this to repeat. So I'm going to say position 0, and then size is going to be, what is size going to be? 100 pixels? Okay, that's not repeating enough. What if I do 200? That's going to repeat less, so maybe size is 90, not 990. That's still not enough repeating. 50. Now it looks like too much repeating. 75. Now we're getting very close. 70. 80. Is 70 actually right? And I need to fix the offset. That looks pretty good. '17 seems weird, but that looks pretty good actually. Now I think the plan is to try to margin that in. So margin, I don't need a top or bottom margin, so 0. And that's going to change things, of course. The side is what? 75? More? 85? 100? 100? Which is going to change this position. Let's start at 0. 5. Minus 5. That looks pretty close. All right. We're going to move on. I'm going to select paragraph, which doesn't exist yet, so it needs to exist. I just want one for now. I'm going to try not to use position fixed, and it gets confusing when I add elements before I need them. Stuff starts moving around where I don't want it to. And I don't want to leave pixels on my margin because I don't need it. All right. I'm going to do the mouth first because it doesn't need border radius. So I don't want to add border radius and then have to take it off to do the mouth. So I'm going to have a padding. Do I need a padding? I'm going to add it. I may take it away. We'll see. The padding is going to be something like 5 and 50. So we see it appear up at the top there. The margin is going to be like 150, 160, and I'm going to put 100 for a minute. Okay, there is the thing, but my background has disappeared. Why has my background disappeared? It's okay there. I mean, I do need to change this thing's background color conceptually. So let's do that. I don't think that's going to solve my problem. Okay, now I can't see it. Let's make it something silly for now. Bed. Okay. Okay, what happens there? Things are fine. And then at 65, as soon as it comes into view, it messes with the margin of my background. That seems weird. I mean, if I do something like this, that'll solve my problem. But I don't particularly like that. So there it's in place. And now if I take this off, my background completely disappears. Well, no, it doesn't disappear. It gets smaller. Maybe this is a time where I need to do that. So the margins between the so the margin on my paragraph is pushing the body in, is what's happening. How do I get away from that without position fixed? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is pushing the body in. Can I do padding on this? Let's try. It's pushing it down again. Is it too much? Yeah, a little bit. Let's try padding 30 minus 20. Pushing it down again, but as much, I don't know. We'll see. This means I probably need to figure out the eye position. Before I get this exactly lined up, I'm just going to be hosed, but we'll see. Minus 40. Every time I push this down, it pushes that up. Let's try padding 50, padding 60, and then I'm going to chase it again. 60. 60. Yeah, I'm just going to keep playing this game. Okay. So what let's do, let's figure out the eyes. Which is going to move stuff around even more. Border radius 50%, adding 10. Margin 0. I would think I would be able to see this. I don't right now. There it is. All right, -1, -2, maybe like 180, 90, and then 250. That is not what I expected. 0. Okay. 50, 40. Okay, there's that. Now, can we push this down with that other thing? Okay, there we go. Now, both of these are the wrong color. Of course, they need to be green and not red. And then this one, I can add an element or I can add a box shadow. Box shadow, 100 pixel 0. And then I have to say the color. And that's going to be, I don't know, 60. Let's see if that's a match. We're at 13 minutes. Okay, we have a match. I use background 3 times, so it makes sense to make it a variable. Did that wrong. There it goes. Margin is only used 3 times. Padding is used twice more. That's 8 characters. That's not enough to use a variable. Minus 80. Be, what is that, 20%? 90 pixels. 30 VH. Doesn't save any characters. So let's try 90. What would it be? 4 Q. 3, 5, 6 better, 5's better. Come on. Don't know. Still waiting. Okay, it's okay with that. 5 is small enough that Q usually works. It's 74Q. Yep. 230 minus 55%. Obviously, that's nowhere close. All right, 230. Okay. Oh, there they come. 90. Oh, weird. 120, 130, 140, 145, 144. That looks right, actually. Let's change 60 pixels to a 63Q. I don't know if that's going to match. Good enough. And 40 is going to be what? Okay, 180. I don't know what that's going to be. 50%. Much more. 80. 120. 110. 5. 12.5. That's not helping by that many characters. Let's go back to that. All right. That may be as good as we're going to get today. I only have 3 minutes left. Make sure that's still working and start minifying. Yeah, still a match. Okay. Oops. Okay, let's remove spaces where we can. There's one. There's a couple. That one stays. That one stays. That one has to stay. This one can go away. This one can go away. I think this one has to stay. Yep. And that one can go away. We can remove that. And that may be our solution for today, which is pretty long. It's okay. 640, 241. It's a long solution. It's not going to win any prizes, but we're at 18 minutes, so we're calling that good for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.